Good evening everyone. Welcome to Gradeup. This is the session on ISRO CS Mega Mock Challenge Analysis. As you might have written, the Mega Mock Challenge which held on 4th December to 5th December. Let us analyze the questions that have come in the Mega Mock Challenge. This is just as a self-assessment for you. This is so that you can identify where you are strong in, where you are weak in, good evening everybody. Which areas you need to prepare more, okay? Let us start. This is just brief of mine. I am Satya. I have 13 years of teaching experience in GATE and I have mentored more than 10,000 students across 15 plus cities all over India. I am a PhD scholar in computer science and engineering and I have qualified GATE twice. I am Cisco certified for networking as well as programming languages, and even I am SET qualified too. Now, this is just to remind you guys how many more days we have for ISRO. You may know, when is ISRO? ISRO CS exam on 12th Jan, right? So we are just counting the days. More 36 days for ISRO as well as for the GATE we have more 58 days, okay? Again, I would like to brief every one of us know what is the pattern of ISRO exam. However, let me again brief quickly. We have in ISRO 80 questions, each question we have 80 questions, each question carries 3 marks and there is a negative marking too for 1 mark. So, total 240 marks for 90 minutes, 1.5 hours, which is very challenge for you guys. The time management is very important for ISRO exam. You have 80 questions for 90 marks. So, you should practice much, okay? And the ISRO exam date is on 12th Jan, right? Then, let us just quickly see the weightage of all the subjects that we have for ISRO CS. If you see the subjects, the one who are preparing for GATE, you can just identify all the subjects here are almost same. Only for ISRO we have one extra subject, that is software engineering. In GATE we have, excluding software engineering, we have all the other. So the one who are preparing for GATE as well, this is very great golden opportunity. Okay? Yeah, about cutoff, Ms. Shreyas, we will be discussing what would be the cutoff and all. Okay? Yeah. So if you just see, the weightage for all the subjects of ISRO is almost equally distributed. Algorithms 7 marks, data structures 8 marks, compiler designing 6 marks, and computer network 6 marks, architecture 7 marks, DBMS 8 marks, and all. If you just identify, almost all the subjects have equal weightage. Okay? Now, the Mega Mock Challenge, which is conducted by Gradeup on December 4th. Many students have attempted all over the India. So we have we are just presenting the statistics, guys. This is for you. This is just for your self knowing and self assessment. It is to identify where you are weak in, what yet need to be done for better result. Okay. So the cutoff what we have kept is 155 marks. You might know, guys, the cutoff always depends on the difficulty level of questions. We have given the difficulty level, we have maintained the difficulty level on par with ISRO exams, the real ISRO exam. So we have just reviewed the past 5 years question papers. We have identified the difficulty level in past 5 years questions. So we almost tried to maintain the same difficulty level. Okay. Now, so for the mega mock challenge which is held, the cutoff we have maintained is 155, and if you see, only 2% of the appeared students have got more than 150, which is very less number, isn't it? On one side, you might think only 2%, but on the other side, guys, please realize only this 2% of the candidates are competition for you. Only this 2%, right? Did you get the point? So only you will be competing with only this 2%. So you should be happy enough. Anyway, and if you identify here, 55% of the appeared students got less than 50. That means they are not even getting a very less marks they are getting. So I can say these are the students which have given the attempt without much preparation or without much revision. So students, those who are at this level, you need to prepare well. I know there is very less time, but still better late than never. So you do preparation, you start your preparation, write many mock exams, and practice much, so that your target should be, you should come to this level. This can happen, believe me, this can happen. You need not to get demotivated as you are here, but just with the practice, you can switch here. And the students, 2% and 5% of the students in this range, 130 to 150, 110 to 130, who are in this level, you should do even more practice, little more hard work, so that definitely you can be getting or crossing the cutoff. Okay. And this range, who have secured 90 to 110 or 70 to 90 or 50 to 70 marks, students, I think you are at this level maybe because you did not revise the things. This could be the first point, lack of revision. Second point could be time management. You might be lagging in the time management. You might have prepared well, but due to lack of time, you might not be able to attempt some questions. So I suggest the students who have secured these marks, you should practice more on your time management, so which can happen only when you write more and more mock exams. Okay. Yep. RC, definitely we will be planning the GATE computer science class session also soon. You can get the update. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to questions. In the mega mock challenge, which has been attempted by many of the students all over the India, firstly, I would like to thank all for giving the attempt. We have identified all the responses from the students in the mega mock challenge, and we have identified bunch of questions which were attempted by less students or which were got wrong answers by the students, means we identified which questions the student felt difficult. We have maintained the level of question paper on par with the real ISRO question paper. You might have felt already, those who have attempted. And this is the session not only for the one who have attempted and the one who are preparing for ISRO seriously. You missed the Mega Mock Challenge 1 attempt. No problem, don't worry. You can still follow this session and be ready for the next Mega Mock Challenge. Next Mega Mock Challenge, which is on 8th January. Okay? 8th January, we will be announcing it. Even I will be presenting it again. So, let's get into the session. This is the question which is from digital logic or number systems. Just go through the question quickly. If 30 with base x in the number system is equal to 17 with base y, then the possible values of x and y. Simple question, right? So, what is this? 30 with base x, that is equal to 17 with base y. We know in a binary number system or in the decimal number system, which is our number system. Yeah, let us see that. Sandeep was telling answer is given wrong. Let's see Sandeep, okay? Let us see Sandeep. Yeah. If you take any decimal number like 192, how this is actually 192? We know that this is 2, which is in the units place. We say 10 power 0, 9, which is in the tens place, 1, which is in the hundreds place. That is how this is 192, isn't it? Let us apply the same here also. So, let me erase this part. Yep. So, this is what 0 into x power 0 plus 3 into x power 1. I think this is visible for everybody. Okay. That is equal to 7 into y power 0 plus 1 into y power 1. Right. Now, what this is? 3x is equal to y plus 7. Right. 3x is equal to y plus 7. Now, for what values of x and y, this is true. Very simple, just substitute. So, if x is 5, 3 into 5, 15, that is equal to y is 9, 9 plus 7, 16. No, so this is not correct. Next, substitute 5, 8. If x is 5, 3 into 5, 15, that is equal to y plus 7, 8 plus 7, 15. Yes, this is true. So, this is the one which we got. Let us even see this, the other options, 6 and 8. 3 into 6, 18 is equal to 8 plus 7, 15. No. 13, 9. 3 into 13, 39 is equal to 9 plus 7, 16. No. So, who have said the answer wrong one? I think Mr. Sandeep, I think you got this. And all the other also. Okay. So, the answer is 5, 8. Let's move on. We have got another question from the programming. What it is? Okay, wrong answer in the answer key. Thank you, thanks for that, Dev. We will make sure it will not happen in the next Mega Mock Challenge answer key. Thanks for that update. But the answer is 5, 8. Okay. Now, what is this program? We have a main method and another method print. We know when we want to trace any program, we should start from main function always. Okay? So let us start from the main function. What it is? A is equal to print. So directly control goes from this statement to print function. What is there in the print function? Printf Gradeup. Right? What printf function has to do with? We all know printf is the output function. Oh, compilation error, Rohit. Let's see. Okay? Printf is the output function which print Gradeup. Right? So, whenever printf function executed, it prints Gradeup. Now, after printing, what printf function do? If you just recall the printf function syntax, the prototype of the printf function return type is integer. I am talking about the prototype of the printf function. Prototype of the printf function. In stdio.h, in that header file, we have prototype declaration and definition for printf. So what is the return type of printf function? Always integer. Always integer. So what printf do? It prints and it return the number of characters it processed. To whom? To the main function. Okay? So printf function print and return the number of characters that it has processed to the main function. Now guys, the one who is telling the compiler error or different answers, I can understand what could be your idea or your analysis. Sir, print is having the void return type, right? Then how it can return? Please understand. Students, please understand. Here print function is not returning. Printf function is returning. Print is the user defined function. Printf is the system defined function. You understood? So printf return how many characters it processed. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose you have \n, that is one character, \t, one character, space between grade and up, one character. Like that, how many it processed, that will be returned. Here how many it processed? 7. So 7 is returned to main. Main function allocate that to A. Now we have another printf. What it is doing? Print A value, which is 7. So what is the output? Gradeup 7. So who was telling compiler error? For you guys, it would not be compiler error, because print function is not returning, printf function is returning. Please mind this. Okay, I hope it resolved everyone's doubt. Let's move on. So what's the output? Gradeup 7 is the answer. Yeah, simple straight question here. The associativity of which of the following operators is right to left in C language? Whenever you see this question, you could get a mixed feeling. Sir, it is very difficult to remember all the operators' precedence and their associativity. This could be one. The other is, sir, this is very simple question. Even this level of questions also come in ISRO? Definitely, definitely. That's what guy I am telling. The level of questions need not to be always difficult. Okay? Many questions will be at the easy level, and there will be some questions at moderate level, and very less questions will be at the difficult level. Okay? So please don't fear about ISRO exam. If anybody have that, it would be very easy upon preparation. Yeah, I will be telling how you can remember the precedence or associativity def. Okay? Now, what are the operators have, which operator have right to left associativity? What are different operators we have? Let me just quickly tell you. Operators are basically classified. Operators are basically classified into three types in the C language: unary, binary, ternary. Right? Unary operators which take one operand. Some example: plus plus, minus minus, pointer star, address of, structure dot operator, structure arrow operator, and so on. And binary operators which take two operands. These are again subclassified into 5 types as arithmetic, logical, bitwise, and shift. I am just quickly recalling because I don't want to get into these details, because our motto is to solve the question or analyze the paper. Bitwise and shift, relational, and assignment. Right? And question mark colon is the ternary operator. Basically, these are the list of operators we have. We do have some special operators like comma, size of. Now, how to remember the precedence? You need not to by head. Please remember one small code. That is U, A, S, R, B, L, T, A. U, A, S, R, B, L, T, A. Simple code. Just like a full form. You just remember U, A, S, R, B, L, T, A. U for unary operators, arithmetic, shift, relational, bitwise, logical, ternary, and assignment. Okay? Now this is the decreasing order of priority. This is the decreasing order of priority. Always unary operators will be on the top. Now, what is associativity? If equal precedence operators exist in the same expression, then which should be evaluated first? Which should be evaluated next? That we will decide based on associativity. Remember guys, we have only 3 operators which have right to left, rest everything have left to right. What are those? Ternary assignment has right to left associativity. Okay? In the unary, I have told plus plus and minus minus. This is unary operator, right? We everyone know who have the knowledge of programming. This increment decrement has 2 forms, prefix form, postfix form, right? Prefix form and postfix form. So in this, pre-increment, pre-decrement has left to right, post increment, post decrement has right to left. Only this, only this. Rest everything have left to right associativity. Now, in the post increment, post decrement, along with that, we get logical not, bitwise not. Logical not, bitwise not. So simple, one is conditional operator, equal to operator, post plus plus minus minus, logical not, bitwise not. These have right to left associativity, all the other have left to right associativity. Now this is the code for you, UAS RBLTA. This is the decreasing order of priority. So if you just practice for a couple of times UAS RBLTA, you can remember. Okay, fine. So what is the answer here? Less than, which is a relational operator, left to right, bitwise or left to right, logical not, right to left, comma, left to right. All other operators have left to right associativity. Blindly you can remember. Is that clear, guys? Let's move on. Yeah. This is a good question to know. Let's see what it is. Separate instructions are used to address I/O devices and main memory in the approach of what? Isolated I/O or memory mapped I/O? I can directly tell this answer, but guys, see, this is the mega mock challenge question. Same question may come in the ISRO also, or the similar question may come in the ISRO also. So our target is you should crack ISRO exam. So that is what our intention behind this analysis. So whenever you see the question, how to approach for the question, that is what we want. Okay, here we are not focusing much on answer or numericals for this question. I am trying to tell you the approach. Okay, now quickly let's see. We know in a computer, processor is there, memory is there, and I/O devices are there. This is what simply computer means. Computer consists of these three components. How these three components communicate with each other? Through a means called bus. Now this is the very basic understanding for every graduate, that computer bus is in three forms: data bus, address bus, control bus. Data bus, address bus, control bus, right? Now the point is, as this is the common bus, how these three can use it simultaneously? Very simple point. It is the common bus. Then how these three can use it simultaneously? How processor manage this? One is, if it's not a common bus, if memory has its own bus, I/O devices have its own bus, processor has its own bus, then that is a different case. For multiprocessor systems, for even embedded systems, or for the advanced environments like supercomputers or so, you can find different or dedicated buses for each. So that's a different case. In general, there will be a common bus. So how to differentiate the access to this bus? How to restrict? The thing is, one way is CPU allow both memory and I/O devices to put their data or their address in the same bus. Okay, and who has to use? This is the point. Whether memory has to put the data or I/O device has to put the data, bus has to accept whose input. For that, control lines, which are what we say instructions, will be separate for memory as well as I/O. Just as a simple example, it will adopt a code, like when CPU say A, that is for memory, when CPU say B, that is for I/O. The the access is granted for memory when CPU give the instruction A. The access is granted for IO device when the instruction is B. Simple. So separate control signals or IO instructions are there for memory as well as IO. This is one way of organizing the bus. The other way of organizing the bus is it use the common control lines or common instructions for memory as well as IO. Then you might think like how the conflict will be resolved. Definitely there will be a conflict, there will be a chance of conflict, data loss. So how it will be resolved, we can definitely understand when we go into the deep of control unit designing. Okay? So common control lines, separate control lines, simple two designs. This is what we say isolated IO, and this is what you say memory mapped IO. So in the isolated IO design, there will be separate control lines. So separate instructions are used to address IO and memory in the approach of isolated IO. So it is in only one. This is the answer. Any doubts? Guys, whenever you have any doubt, you need not to hesitate. You please put it. Yeah, please put it in the chat box. Okay? Let's move on. We have got a very, very important computer networks topic related question, that is on IP addressing. What is this? Subnet mask of a subnetwork is given some 255.255.252.0. IP address of a host in that subnetwork is 201.37.98.48. Find out the number of subnets in the network. Sir, what is the approach? Answer however you get. You don't worry about the answer, guys. Just follow the approach correctly. Answer will come automatically, right? So what is the approach? Whenever you have got this kind of question, what? Given subnet mask, given some IP address, asking for how many subnets, or it may be asked how many hosts also. What you have to do? First, identify the class of IP address. This is the first thing you have to do. Guys, are you following? Identify the class of IP address. What is the class of given IP address? Sir, again, do I need to remember all this? Come on. So, what? Yeah, definitely, Arshad. You just remember at least 3 classes of IP addresses range. Okay? What is that? 0 to 127, if the first number in the IP address is 0 to 127, that is class A. 128 to 191, class B. 192 to 223, class C. Sir, you just said like that. How we remember again this? Please, don't worry. Just observe the difference between the first class and the next class, 128. Observe the difference between second class and third class 64. And next class, which is class D, the difference would be, guess? $32. That means next class starts from 224 and next class starts with, what would be the difference? 16. So 240. Simple. Start with 0, add 128, you will get next class, add 64, next class, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Right. Now, this belongs to which class? Class C. So, first step is over. Now, in class C, we have fixed number of bits for network ID in class A, B and C. All that concept you have to go through. I don't get into the details, guys, of IP addressing and all. Definitely we are going to launch the session of GATE course, and even we will be having some session on ISRO also, previous papers discussion soon. So, we will be discussing the details in that. Anyway, we have fixed number of bits for the network ID according to class. What it is? If it is class A, the MSB 8 bits. The MSB 8 bits for class A, 16 bits for class B, 24 bits for class C represent network ID. This belongs to which network? That can be understood with this. So, as this is a class C, the first 3 octets, which is 24 bits, represent network ID. Okay? 24 bits in binary. Right? Now, what about the rest? This represents host ID. The remaining bits represent host ID. Now, the concept of subnetting, the logic behind subnetting is, Jaideep was asking something. Video content regarding CS, yes, we are going to come with bunch of material, bunch of videos for CS, guys. Jaideep, definitely soon, very soon, you can get content related to CS on Gradeup platform. Okay? Right. Now, the concept of subnetting is utilize some bits of host ID for subnet ID. That is the simple concept. Now, what is mask? What is the concept of mask? Whatever the bits you use for network ID and subnetwork ID. Let me erase this. Whatever the bits you use for net ID and subnetwork ID, you should make as ones in the mask. So, observe how many ones here. If you convert this into binary, this is all ones, this is all ones. Now, 252. What is 252? 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 0 in binary. So, how many are ones? 6 ones. So, total how many bits are ones in the mask? 8 plus 8, 16 plus 6, 22. Only 22 bits are ones. Is it possible for having this kind of mask for this IP address? Tell me. If this is the IP address which belongs to class C, Can this mask is possible? Definitely not. So, what is the answer? Not possible. Sir, even that could be the answer. Yes guys, this kind of questions also you can expect. This is just to confuse you. This is just to mislead you. So, don't think like if none of the above, not possible, something like this is one of the options, that is never be an answer. No, sometimes that also can be an answer. So, just identify the approach. Observe the mask, how many ones are there? That represent net and subnet ID, those number of ones. Observe the IP address, identify to which class it belongs to. Okay? Then you will get how many bits left for subnet ID or host ID. Okay? Right. Let's move on. Yeah, another programming question. Very, very good question. It's, I can say even it's beyond ISRO level, guys. You can say, because this very, very interesting question, very intelligent question. If you could answer this, if you could understand this, if not answered, you could really do great in ISRO exam, believe me. What is this? It's given a 2D array which is initialized to 0. What it means? All the elements in this array are initialized to 0, right? Now, next it is printing, okay, yeah, this could be typo, definitely this should be printf, yeah, no problem. It is printing what? Some value. What is that? It is subtracting address of A of 0 to 19 minus A of 0. What it is? How you can subtract address minus another value? Let's see, guys. If this is the 2D array, as it is given 10 rows, 20 columns, row numbering starts with 0, so you will have 0 to 9 row numbers, 0 to 19 column numbers. Now, what is this address of A of 0 to 19? 0 to is nothing but 2, no problem. Now, 219, this is what? 219. This is what? 219. So, A of 219 means this. Next, what is A of 0? Please remember, for a 2D array, A of 0 is equal to address of first element of that row. A of 0 is equal to address of first element of that row. Which row? 0th row. So, if A of 1 I say, address of first element of that row, what is that? A of 10 and so on, right? Now, so what is the address of A of 0? Let us say, this is some address x. This is what the address you have to subtract from this. How many addresses away it is? Just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, 20 addresses in the first row. Again, second row, 1, 2, 3, so on, 20 addresses. And 1, 2, so on to 19 addresses. So, total how many addresses you have? 59 addresses. So, whenever if you suppose A of 219 address is something like 2019, its address would be what? Its address would be what? 2000. Right? So, when you subtract, what do you get? Sorry, 2059 its address would be 59 addresses below. So what we can say, this gives you 59. What this printf print? 59. Then printf star a of 1 plus plus. Observe the brackets here. Within the bracket we have star a of 1. What is star a of 1? Value. What is a of 1 means? Just now I said, what is a of 1 means? The first element of that row, right? So the first element of that row, what is all the values initialized to? 0. All are initialized to 0. So what is this value? 0. Do increment. So 0 becomes 1. Now print a of 1 0, 1 0. What will be printed? 1. Print a of 1 1. Is it getting affected anyway in the program? No. So what would be this value? As usual, 0. Right? So what is the answer? 5910. Okay, let's move on. Consider the cache having 4 blocks. Next memory references are in this order. Which of the following replacement strategy will be having or giving higher hit rate? Let us see. Higher hit rate means which gives you more hits. Okay. How many blocks are there? 4 blocks. Let's say these are the 4 blocks. Now this is the order. First, what we have to follow? First in, first out. So which comes first? That will be replaced first for the replacement policy. Now first, we know whenever you access any data for the first time, that will be giving miss. So 5 will be miss, 12 will be miss, 13 will be miss, 17 also will be miss. Whenever miss occurs, they will be coming here. 5, 12, 5, 12, 13 and 17. Okay. Now 4, this is again the very first accessed data. So this also gives miss. Now where it will be replaced? First in, first out. Which came first? 5 came first. So 4 replace 5. Now 12, is this first time accessed? No. 12 is already accessed, which is there in the cache memory. So this is going to be hit. 13 hit. 17 hit. 2, it's not there, it is the first time accessed one. So 2 is going to be miss. Where you will place it? First in, first out. So this is the one which came after 5. So that will be replaced. Now 13 hit. 19, it's first time accessed one. So that is going to be miss. Right? Where it will place? That will be placed in here. 19. Next 13, just now we have replaced it. So this is going to be miss. So that will replace 17 after miss. 43 is again miss. That will be replacing 4. 61 is again miss because these are all first time accessed. 19 is again miss. Sorry, 19 is hit, right? 19 is hit. It is there. Now how many hits totally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So what is the hit rate? Out of the total accesses, 5 are hits. Similarly, you try for LRU. Okay. 4 blocks. First 4 are empty. First 4 are the first time accessed one. So definitely going to be misses. Yeah. Miss, 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 miss. So they will come here 5, 12, 13 and 17. Now 4, that is also first time accessed, that is going to be miss. And now while replacing, what you have to follow? LRU. Among 5, 12, 13 and 17, which is least recently used? 5. So it replaced 5. Then what is 12? It is present, so hit. 13, it is present, hit. 17, it is also present, hit. 2, it is first time accessed, so definitely miss occur. Now to replace, which you have to replace? Observe, among 4, 12, 13 and 17, which is least recently used? 4 is least recently used. So that will be replaced with 2. I hope you observed the difference, right? Now 13, that is there, so hit. 19, this is again first time accessed, miss. Now which will be replaced? Among, we are at 19, among 2, 12, 13 and 17, 2, 12, 13 and 17, which is least recently used? 12. So 19 replace 12. Then 13, where is 13? 13 is hit. 43, it is first time one. So among 13, 17, 19, 2, 17 is least recently used. So this will be replaced. Next 61, this is again going to be miss. Among 43, 13, 19, 2. 43, 13, 19, 2. 2 is least recently used. 19, which is going to be hit. So just count. How many hits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Similarly, you try for least recently used with 2 SAM. Here we have to use K modulus N formula, where K is the given numbers, N is number of sets. How many number of sets? 2. So here K is the given number, N is number of sets. You do it. Even for this also you will get the number of hits as 5. So which gives higher hit? Least recently used. Okay. So if you have any doubt, please, once the session is over, you can just replay it and see it again, guys. Definitely you along with me, you also do, so that it would be very clear. Okay. Let's move on. Next. It's again a computer networks question with respect to security. What is or what are true regarding encryption? Logged data by private key can be opened by public key. Private key by private key, public key by private key. So we have 4 different permutations. You tell me, guys. Here locking means encrypting. Okay, you should understand. That is understandable, in fact. So encryption, guys, just remember, whoever, encryption, whoever are preparing for this ISRO or even for GATE, let me tell you a very simple shortcut kind. Here in the networks we do 3 things. We do a couple of things. One is data will be encrypted and hash key will be encrypted. That details I don't go into. However, just remember, hash key will be encrypted. So encryption happens, which happens at the sender side for both. Data will be encrypted, hash key will be encrypted. Okay? In general, what we say, data encryption is what we say as encryption, encryption. Hash key encryption is what we say it as digital signing. Encrypting hash key we don't say as encryption. What we say it as? Signing. So, data encryption will be done by receiver's public key hash key encryption, that means signing will be done by sender's private key. Okay? Sender's private key. Yeah, Shreyas, but sir, what's the use of locking with private key and unlocking with public key, since public key is available to everyone? Right, it's a valid question. Definitely, yes, Sandeep, it is definitely a valid question. But Shreyas, see guys, locking with private key means with whose private key? And you are telling very good question, you are asking very good question. Public key is available to everyone. Then what is the purpose of locking with private key? Right. So that's why I am telling here encryption happens in two phases. First phase hash key is encrypted. That is what we say signature. That is added to the data. Now data is signed. It is just like a signed copy for authorization. Okay, I don't go into details, Shreya. Shreyas. So data is now signed. So first hash key is encrypted. Now it is combined with data. Now together is encrypted with public key. So whenever you are communicating, whenever you are sending the data, you are not sending by encrypting with private key. Okay? So you are packing some data. In that packet you have encrypted one. That is done by private key. But total packet is encrypted using public key only. Okay? So try to understand. Encryption don't happen at one level. In two levels it happens. In the inner level, private key encryption happens. Okay? So once it reach receiver side, as it's the outer level first should be unwrapped, the receiver use as public key is used at sender side, private key is used at receiver side. Whose private key? As receiver public key is used for encryption of outer packet, receiver's private key should be used. Similarly, once it is unwrapped, inside you have signed data. How to verify that? Sign encryption happened using sender's private key. Sender's private key, right? Then it should be verified using, it should be decrypted using sender's public key. So here the trick is what? If you encrypt either data or sign, if you encrypt using public key, your private key should be used for decryption. The matching key, the matching pair. Public, private are the pair. Sender's public key, private key, receiver's public key, private key. So here two pairs. In these two pairs, if one is used for encryption, in the same pair other should be used for decryption, right? So now you can say the answer. Logged data by, let me erase for you. Locked data by private key can be opened by public key, correct? Then locked data by private can be opened by private. No. Locked data by public can be opened by private. Yes. This is what I just said. Yeah, here I can see okay, Shreyas was asking some doubt. Shreyas, you can just wait for some time so that you can or you just go through the details of computer networks, network security, you can understand more better. Okay, your doubt require much more explanation to get understandable. So let's go on. Shraddha was telling, I am scoring very low. I think, okay. Yeah, Shraddha, don't worry. We are here to help you. You don't get demotivated. Only thing you should do is practice, focus, focus, practice, focus, practice. It is nothing like you can't do or I can't do. Everyone can do it. Definitely, we are here to give you a good AIR. Okay, Shraddha Gupta, don't worry. Get here. Okay. Now, so what will be true? Both 1 and 3. Both are true. Let's move on. Which of the following is the primary goal of operating system when programmed for technical workplaces? Technical workplaces. See, OS operating system has many goals. It's not, it is supposed to be convenient, it is supposed to be reliable, it is supposed to be efficient. No, it has all the goals together. But the thing is, for technical workplaces, assume for programmers or for software company or where some productive work is going on. In such environment, which kind of operating system should be there? What should be the motto, ultimate, major motto behind it? What should be the motto? Convenience, efficiency, reliability, portability. What should be that? Efficiency. Because at workplace, efficiency is very, very important. Convenience. Yes, when it is at users, for users, like we are using Android operating system, which is very user friendly. But when you say the Linux or Fedora, the Ubuntu, the distribution of Linux, compared with Android, it is not that user friendly, that GUI enabled, but it is more secure. Are you getting the point? It is more secure. So efficiency matters for technical workplace, convenience matters for the regular or normal end users. Okay? Reliability. Yeah, reliability matters for OS which allow e-commerce transactions. That's we call it as a middleware. Ritesh Prasad, that we call it as a middleware. At the end user operating system, that means this may be used by either a technical guy or a normal user, illiterate of technical things. Yeah. So they may use the computer. Yes, I can see all of your queries. For all of you I am telling, just try to understand. The OS might be developed by keeping many kind of users in view. Okay? Now, if that computer or that OS is for only technical guys, efficiency matters, accuracy matters. Like they are testing some software, their accuracy matters. So whatever the OS they are using in their computer, their systems, mainframes, definitely what? Efficiency matters. End users, efficiency, that's fine. Like we also experience some issues with our mobile, smartphone or Android operating system. Suddenly it gets stuck or something else. So I don't go into the details. So that's okay. But convenience, what we expect. And reliability. Reliability means it's a matter of security. This reliability, you can think of a firewall or antivirus which is not operating system. Reliability will be taken care by the other firmware at end user systems. But when we call as operating system feature, that will be in the middle level. When you perform some financial transaction from your computer, the data or the packet routes to some middle interface server or computer. There, in that computer's operating system, reliability matters. Okay? So, when you go into the details of operating system, you can understand more better. But for this, for technical workplace, is the primary goal. Reliability is the goal everywhere. Primary goal, you can say, efficiency. Okay? Let's move on. Yeah. Another networking question. Consider a pure Aloha channel with a maximum capacity of the channel as 1.28 megabits per second. This is the maximum capacity, that is 1.28 megabits per second. Each station outputs 40,000 bit frame on an average every 200 seconds. 40,000 bits for every 200 seconds. Okay. Even if the previous one is in the buffer, okay. If channel is shared by n, what is the maximum value of n? Good question. Now, we all know it is Aloha, which is a access control protocol. It try to make sure multiple access does not happen. It try. Of course, it's not very great at its work. That's why we have the other things, CSMA, CSMA by CD or other protocols. Aloha's aim is what? Access control, multiple access control. And in the Aloha we have the efficiency of the channel is G into e power minus 2G. What is G? Number of users who are interested to transmit. And when we go on expanding this, we prove that the efficiency of Aloha, the bandwidth utilization of Aloha cannot be more than 18.4% of maximum. 18.4% of the maximum. So, let me put in this way. So, the Aloha efficiency is 18.4% of the bandwidth or maximum. What is maximum? 1.28 Mbps. So, for this, what is the bandwidth usable? Which is 18.4% of 1.28 Mbps. This you have to do manually, this calculation, because please remember, calculator will not be allowed for ISRO exam. Virtual calculator also will not be there. For GATE, virtual calculator will be there, but for ISRO, it will not be. So, it's a simple calculation. So, you do it. If you do it, what you get is, just to save the time, I have done it earlier. Let me put it straight. So, it would be 235520 bits per second. Just if you calculate this numeric, that is what you get. Okay. Now, it is given 40,000 bits on an average every 200 seconds. That means every user is getting, every user's output would be what? 40,000 by 200. That is 200 bits, right? For every user. 200 bits every user is getting, because every user is given 200 seconds, total 40,000 bits. That means how many users, that is what we have to calculate. It could be, let us say, n. These n users are getting each what? 200 bits. Now, it is very simple. Total, this is what you have to transmit. This is what one user get. So, how many users? Simple. So, the number of users, comma, n is equal to, total is 235520 bits, and how many bits per user? 200. So, I think that gives you 1177. Okay? If you want, you can just take a screenshot. Let us go on. An instruction set of a processor has 206 signals which can be divided into 6 groups, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, so on. How many bits of control word can be saved by vertical microprogramming over horizontal microprogramming? This is a control unit related question which is related to computer organization. So, let me put it very simple. If it is a horizontal microprogramming, one require 1 bit, one control word require 1 bit. So, here just it is what? Group of all. So, group 1 34 signals, so 34 bits required, 1 signal 1 bit is required, 1 signal 1 bit. So, it is what? 34 plus group 2 10 signals 10 bits. Like this, if you just sum, you will get the total 206. This is for horizontal. So, 206 signals, 206 bits are required. For vertical microprogramming, it won't require those many. What it do? If 16 signals are there, it just need only 4 bits and it apply to decoder, so that it will what do 4 bits it will take and it will generate 16 values. So, what we have to proceed? If there are 34 signals for group 1, 34 signals, how many bits are required? Log of 34 base 2. So, which gives you 6. Similarly, group 2, 10 signals, log of 10 base 2. That means it is not exactly 6, 5 point, as bit can't be in the point, I am taking the next integer 6. Similarly, this would be 4. Group 3, 84. So, how many bits? Log of 84. This would be 7. Group 4, 15. Log of 15, which is 4. Group 5, 47. Log 47 base 2. 5 again. Sorry, 6. And group 6, 16 signals. So, log 16 base 2, which is 4. So, if you group all, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 7, 17 plus 4, 21 plus 6, 27 plus 4, 31. Now, the question is, how many bits can be saved if you use vertical over horizontal? Horizontal require 206, vertical require 31. So how many you can save? 175. Simple. So if you get this kind of question, remember horizontal 1 signal 1 bit or 1 control word 1 bit. So 206 signals 206 bits. But vertical, if you have 2 power n signals, n bits are required. So assume this is 2 power n, then what is n? Log n base 2. So that is how you have to do. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, this is a simple question, straight formula based. Consider a graph having 22 edges, edges 22, minimum degree is 4, degree is 4. What is the minimum number of vertices? We have minimum degree is less than or equal to 2 into edges by vertices. This is the straight formula. If you know, that is fine. If you know, that is fine. Otherwise, just make a note of it. So what is the minimum degree? 4 into vertices. 4 into V less than or equal to 2 into edges are how many? 44. So it is straight, understood. V should be minimum 11. So the minimum number of vertices will be 11. This is the formula. Next. The first word of memory contains 4 words of 4 bytes each, takes 5 clock cycles. First word, like if you take a block, it is having 4 words, each word size is 4 bytes. Now the first word takes 5 clock cycles and remaining 3 takes are transferred in consecutive cycles. That means +1, +1, +1. So total 8 cycles for the block. First only takes 5 cycles, remaining take consecutive. That means total 8 cycles. Okay. Now clock rate is 100 megahertz. So clock frequency is given as 100 megahertz. Now we want the clock cycle time. We know time is always reciprocal to frequency. So this is always equal to 1 by 100 m seconds. What this value? You do it. Now find the data rate in megabytes per second for memory transfer for one block. So you calculate this time. What this is? 1 by 100 into 10 power 6. So you can say this as 0.01 microseconds. Now this is for what? For transferring how many? 1 byte. See, 4 words transferred. So 8, this is what total 8 cycles. One cycle is 0.01 microsecond. So 8 cycles, this is for byte. So 8 cycles means again 8 into 0.01 you do, which is 0.08. In this, how much you can transfer? 4 words. 4 words means how much? 32 bytes. So accordingly you just calculate with respect to how much data you can transfer. You will get 200 megabytes per second. So the approach is very simple. Clock cycles, you are counting the cycle time as it is given 8 clock cycles. So for one block, how much time you are calculating, and you are calculating the data rate. Okay. Now, yeah, suppose a CRC generator, x cube plus x square plus so on, what is the extra bits needed? What is given? 1 0 1 1 0 1 1. 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 is there. This is the dividend. X cube plus x square plus 1 means 1 1 0 1 is the divisor. As it is having 4 bits, add 3 zeros and perform division process. So it gives you 1 1 0 1. Do XOR 1 1 0. As this is 0, neglect it and borrow a bit. Again do XOR 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 1. 3 you just shift and borrow 3 bits 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1. 2 you shift and you borrow 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 1. Shift it and what is the remainder you got? 0 0 1. That is what the question. How many extra bits you have to append? 3 bits. What are they? 0 0 1. Okay. You can just pause this or take a screenshot of it and you just practice. Dividend has n bits, append n minus 1 bits. Just keep on doing XOR. If you get leftmost 0, neglect and borrow. Do it until all bits are over. Finally, you will get how many zeros you added here, those many bit remainder. Those many bits you have to take as remainder. Okay. Next. Let me discuss the most complex or the based on the difficulty level. Average waiting time you have to calculate based on round robin algorithm. Time slice is 5. These are the statistics given for 4 processes. So this is how you have to calculate. You have to calculate the Gantt chart for it. Now first arrived process is P1. At 0 it is arrived. How much time it takes? 5. Time slice is also 5. So for the first 5 seconds P1. Then P2, which actually require 5 units, but as it is round robin, which actually requires 7 units, but as it is round robin we will give only 5. So up to 10 this goes. Then P3, that require only 3 cycles up to 13. Then P4, it requires 6, but we will give only 5 because of round robin. Now P1 is completed, P3 is completed, P2, it required 7, we have given only 5. So how much more it needed? 2. So P2, 20. P4 require how much more? 1. So 21. Now we have to calculate the waiting time of P1. How? Starting time minus arrival time. Starting time is 0, arrival time is 0, so this is 0. P2, starting time is 5, arrived at 1, so 5 minus 1. And if you observe, P2 is interrupted at 10 and from 10 to 18 again it is waiting. So we should add that also, 18 minus 10. This would be 4 plus 8, which is 12. Like this you calculate for P3 as well as P4 and do the average, you will get 7.5. Okay. Then yeah, 7.5. Then next question, x is 2, y is equal to what? Observe, these are all pre-increment operators, right? Now this is what we call as register evaluation method. Please remember, if you know that is fine. Those who do not know, please remember, we have created a variable, and what you are doing, you have assigned some expression for it. So what you do is complete all increments together. So plus plus x makes x value is 2. First pre-increment, it will do 3. Don't assign. So 3 won't come here. First complete all increments. Then this plus plus x makes it 4. Then this plus plus x makes it 5. Now do assign for all 5, 5, 5. So 5 into 5 into 5, 5 cube, which is 125. Okay. A CPU generally handles an interrupt by executing interrupt service routine. Remember, interrupt is what which disrupt the CPU state. If CPU is in the idle state, then it disrupts that and makes it busy. Okay, Shreyas was telling something. I tried running above code. It is showing me answer 80. Isn't the above question is based on compiler? Yeah, it's a compiler dependent thing, Shreyas. You are correct. We will see that question. I think it's not listed, but I'll definitely give you the solution over your YouTube after the session. Okay, don't worry, Shreyas. I'll definitely address that. May not be in this session, but I'll be explaining you. Okay, yeah, interrupt disrupt the CPU state. So please remember, always it is universally designed. Every computer is designed that many of the interrupts will be handled by processor after finishing the current instruction execution. Why? How? What is the advantage of it? Details you can definitely understand if you get into the interrupt service routine, interrupt cycle, instruction cycle and all. Okay. So now for a while you can just understand or remember interrupt, two types: maskable, non-maskable. Maskable means can be delayed. Non-maskable can't be delayed. So maskable interrupts will be more, 95% we can say will be maskable, means can be delayed. So CPU delay them. How long? Until current instruction execution is completed. Okay. So when it's check the interrupt service routine means, see, by checking the interrupt register after finishing the execution of current instruction. This is correct. Okay. Like I tried exploring now we have one more regarding algorithm. This is a straight question, guys. Quicksort, which is a divide and conquer method. Dijkstra's algorithm, this is for single source shortest path problem. Dijkstra's algorithm, this is based on greedy method. And Floyd-Warshall algorithm, this is for all pair shortest path problem. Those who are preparing for algorithms, you might be having this knowledge much. For problem all pair shortest path, this is what the algorithm we follow, and this is based on dynamic programming. And connected components, yes, that is related to graph, so that is related to DFS. So you can say A4, B2, C1, D3. Acha, this should be actually D3. Okay, this would be that. Next, match the following again. Heterogeneous linked list. What is the meaning of heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means dissimilar things. So, which is suitable for that? Void pointer. Because void pointer is what? Generic pointer, which can point to anything, integer, character, float. So, this is related to this. No sorting stack. Stack, if you need to implement, stack is needed whenever you are implementing recursion, and no sorting, yes, deletion. Because with the deletion operation, sorting can never be done. Sorting means without deleting anything, rearrangement of the things. So, no sorting can be done by the deletion. What is the maximum size of the array to store a binary tree with 4 nodes? This is again a straight question. Let n be the number of nodes, then with n, 2 raised to n minus 1 nodes will be there total. Of childs. So, when n is 4, we can say 2 power 4 minus 1, 16 minus 1, 15. Okay, to store them in the memory. This is again page fault hit. Just we have solved one cache memory related question. This is FIFO LRU question. This also will be of the same. This is also using FIFO method. You can get it easily. So, try doing that. Okay. I think you would be getting 11 page faults. Yeah. Try doing that. Next. Yeah. So, guys, the questions that I have discussed are based on the analysis that we have done. Your responses we have analyzed. Yeah, we have analyzed your responses based on the less answers given by you or wrong answers, who have given wrong answers for which questions. Based on that, I have just discussed. We have always made sure the level of mock challenge is on par with the real ISRO exam. So, guys, it's really not at all late at. Not late at. Those who have got less marks in this. Those who have got less marks in this. So, need not to worry. You have one more mega mock challenge which is on 8th January. Your actual exam is on 12th January, just 4 days ago. So, it's like a very good opportunity for you. You just like, you can feel like you are writing mock exam just 4 days before. You are writing original ISRO exam just 4 days before. Again, there will be analysis of that mock exam also. So, I can see some students were asking important textbooks, how to prepare, all that. Definitely one-to-one I'll answer over for every query I'll answer one-to-one. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. So, this is what the level of mock exams we are maintaining. If you need to attempt more mock tests, subject-wise tests, topic-wise tests, so the best preparation material you want, best platform is Gradeup. For that, all the mock tests you can access through our Greencard. If you take a yearly card, that is just for $399, and if you prefer monthly, that would be just for $249. So I advise you guys to get this Greencard and attempt more tests, topic wise mock tests and all. If you take yearly card for GATE aspirants, especially 2020 as well as 2021 series is also, mock test series is also accessible. So I advise everybody who are preparing seriously for ISRO, please take it and keep on writing. And I would like to congratulate the rankers, toppers of our Mega Mock Challenge 1. These are the rankers, top 3 rankers. The top one has given their name as GATE, and that would be their email ID. For security, we have hidden their email IDs. So I would like to congratulate these 3, Roshan, Swastik and the other one. Keep doing the same. Do well, guys. So as I told you, I am again reminding, you have another Mega Mock Challenge. So you need not to worry those who have secured less marks or who could not attempt first mock challenge. You have one more mock challenge, guys. Be ready, do well, which is on 8th January. So mark your calendar, which is on 8th January. I hope your friends, your community, you motivate everybody to come for this. Do well in this exam. Okay. So I wish everybody to get good marks. So prepare well, guys. Prep smart, score better, go Gradeup. Okay. Thank you.